Oh, you can't make this stuff up. I think the snapping turtle is back. And right here, I was in the pool. I swear, this damn snapping turtle. Look here. Look. I mean, he was moving fast. Yeah, so this ain't good. Look at him. I mean, I was in the pool and I literally saw something across the yard. So the dogs, this is gonna be a fiasco. I just put all the dogs in the barn. So you know what the trick is? Let me show you the trick. All right. So here we go. This guy here, that's crazy. I thought this guy pretty much settled in somewhere else. So I got a garbage can here. Let's see if this guy will go into this garbage can. Look how big he is. This guy's huge. Look at him. Look how big he is. Look at him. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, holy crap, dude. He's a big boy. He's every bit. Look at him. See? He ain't happy. So now, how the hell do I get him righted? That's a good question, right? Fiasco. That's what this is. All right. Okay, he ain't happy. So I got him in there. Look at him. See? He's pissed. I'm gonna take this garbage can. I don't know. Part of me says there's a neighbor up the road who's got a pond. I just need to get this thing out of here. He hasn't really usually been a problem. I mean, I don't know. I got mixed feelings of what I do with him. So let me think about it. All right, I got an idea. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put in the back here at the race truck. You know what? I don't know. That's got a ton of gear in it. It just has an end. Yeah, I'm taking Jeep. I mean, today having switched out trucks, they didn't put the freaking spare tire in that damn truck. So now I got a big ass spare tire, all my gear. That garbage can won't fit. So forget it. I'm gonna put it in the back of the Jeep and drive up the road and get rid of this damn turtle. This thing is a pain in the ass. And you know as well as I do, that thing latches on one of my dog's feet or legs. You know, that's going to be a fiasco, everybody. Forget it. Not worth it. All right, perfect. Perfect. Nothing back there. This is perfect. Yeah, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to drive around. That little guy's heavy, man. Woo! Yeah. So I'm going to drive over there, pick it up, and take it up the road. Just get rid of it. Get it off my property. Because it's just way, yeah. I'm sure many here, actually a bunch of my subscribers a while back were saying, get that damn thing out of your property. And I really thought it kind of got on its own and got happy. And I'm just surprised it's back. And what's the odds of me being in the pool tonight? That thing was making the way to my trailer over to the garage. I mean, it'd have been a crap show. What's the odds, everybody? I think God's on my side, even though sometimes I wonder. Let's get this guy loaded up back here. And how's he doing? Yeah, he's a big boy. How old do you think he is? I mean, he's a big boy, man. Woo! All right. Now, we go blast up the road and he falls back in the Jeep. That wouldn't be too good, would it? So I don't think I have to worry about that. All right, so here we go. Take off the property and get him out of here. And I'm just thinking right now where I could take him. I really want to take him quite a ways away because if I just take him across the road, he'll come back. So I think I'm about to give him a good little ride, actually, everybody. I put all the dogs up in the office. So that's where they are, because had they been out and seen me doing this, oh, they go nuts. this would be a fiasco. So it just doesn't end. I'm out here, I'm just trying to enjoy the day in the pool. It just doesn't end, man. It doesn't end on the adventures of Ice Age TV trying to manage. I mean, it doesn't end. Isn't that something? I mean, it just doesn't end. Yikes. I mean, wow. Wow. We are getting so much rain. I mean, I have to say, this has been one of the rainier spring, summer that we've had in a long time. So I know where there's a big-ass pond. The guy that sold me my property, he has a huge lake pond. I think I'll drive up there. That's a few miles from here, but you know what? At least this guy will have a nice pond to go and hang out in. So I know for a fact, I mean, this thing's borderline like a lake. So it'll be a little bit of a drive, but at least I know I gave the guy, hopefully, a decent life. Guy, gal, whatever it is. And just get him off my property. And, believe it or not, over the years, this guy, I don't know if it's the same turtle or not, but I've had neighbors find him in their yard. And I had one neighbor literally bring him back to my yard. He's like, I'm pretty sure this is your turtle. I'm like, why do you think that? It's like, because he came up the road from your property, and I just think it's your turtle. I'm like, okay, whatever, bring him on back. I don't care. But I'm going to go up here and go down a slimy-ass road. It's going to be Slime City for the Jeep. But once again, at least I give him a good home, and where it's a big-ass pond, and I'll let him out near that area, and that way at least he'll have an opportunity to acclimate to that environment instead of hanging out at my house and running the risk. Look at this here. Look at this here. A big-ass tree came down. Look at this here, man. We've had some pretty good storms, and I was gone today. Wow. Now here's the here's the danger. I'm going to go down this road that's really an off-beat road. Here's the interesting part. This is where Gypsy came from. See, Gypsy, just so you know, the woman that found Gypsy in front of my house, instead of her, just drive around the neighborhood and seeing maybe whose dog this was, she took him home. And this is where she lives. So, what's really weird is she was so wanting Gypsy, and so I actually reached out to her through social media saying, do you want Gypsy? Because when my wife went up to go get Gypsy, she was so all over, like, oh my God, this is the dog we want. I think they're kind of they're a freshly married couple, and apparently they just moved up into our area up here. They lived in the Virginia area, but they moved here where we live, just up the road here. So what's really weird is, had Gypsy if she had taken the decision just to keep Gypsy, I would have never known that Gypsy was living just up the road from me, off a private drive up here. So this here is so bad. These roads, they're all crapola, but it's all right. I'm going to go the extra mile, everybody, to make sure this. And what's crazy is this pond is Jim Athey's pond, where I bought my house. This is a very nice property, very nice man that took good care of me and gave me an opportunity to buy that house when I didn't even qualify. I didn't even qualify to buy that home. And he gave me 3 years to get my act together and pay him rent and buy that house. That's how cool that guy was. So, all right, here we go. Up the road, and all the back roads, and I just, like I say, I'm just doing this. Was this planned today? Not at all. And this road is so rough and beat up because we've had such torrential rains. We have had a huge amount of rain up here. So what I'm going to do, they have like a play area. So the Athey family, pretty big family, but unfortunately a lot of the Atheys have died off. I mean, it's not good. 2 of the sons are dead. They were my age, basically. They were drug users, alcohol abusers, and fentanyl. I mean, very sad, but they were just total abuse their bodies, and they're dead. I mean, there's no doubt. If you're a radical abuser of your body, smoking, drinking, drugs, some point the lights turn off. If you don't understand that, you're a fool. Yeah, so if you're getting stoned off your ass every day of your life, the potheads, though, really, what's really interesting to everybody, there's so many people, young people I know that are smoking pot, and I'm going to tell you, they're weird. They don't remember anything. They're confrontational, and it's really sad because the pot, it's a known fact in young males, pot kills brain cells. All right, here we go. Yeah, I mean, it's a known fact. So this is the area I'm talking about right here. So what I'm thinking is, can I get in? So they have a little gate right here. See all the geese right here? It's chained up. So I don't know. I don't know if that chain, but I can just dump them over the fence line here and I think it'd be all right. So wow. So Jim Athey passed probably a good 5 years ago. His wife passed. Look at this here. You can see this hasn't been open for ages. So this is a great area for this turtle. So I'm going to let it go. I'm just going to dump it underneath the fence here. And hopefully he doesn't get my Crocs and bite me. And yikes, right? All right, my friend. You got a beautiful, beautiful thing here. I know you're pissed at me. I have no desire to find out how fast you are. You're not. But you need to have some peace now because I pissed you off. So there you go, everybody. Hopefully he goes that way, but this is not a busy road. So hopefully he goes that way and he has a better life over here because there's nobody here. So since the family's passed off, they don't use this anymore. So there's no dogs. There's nothing going on. And if I didn't have dogs, I wouldn't care. I mean, in all sincereness, if I didn't have dogs, I wouldn't get rid of them. All right, everybody, I tried to do my good deed. Hopefully I did my good deed, everybody. Because I really would have hated to get my shovel out and chop his head off, or get my axe out and chop his head off because he latched onto one of my dogs. And I mean, that's where it all goes. I have machetes, so if he ever latched onto my dogs, I'd have to get my machete out and I have to chop his head off and get him to release off my dog. Which I don't want to do that. I don't like killing. I have no desire of killing animals. That's not who I am. All right, well, back to the shop. And, it'd be funny, everybody. I'll be hanging out in the pool again, and there's another turtle. Wouldn't that be funny? It's like, but Iceman, you have lots of turtles. I don't think so. That was a big guy, and I mean, I would think that's a 10-plus-year-old turtle. So, wow. I've talked about this numerous times. Years ago, my wife and I, we could have cashed out of that farmhouse. I'm not lying to you. This is no lie. I owed like $120,000 on that farmhouse. Never put a cent in it. I could have gotten close to $1 million for it, close to it, and I could have walked, and I could have cashed out and had basically about $800,000 in cash to go buy another house. And my wife and I could never, ever, ever find another piece of property to agree on, because every time we found a piece of property, it was down these damn gravel dirt roads, and I was like, there's just no way. There's no way I'm going to live in this type of environment. There's no way. And my parents had just built a home in 2000 and finished it, and my mother and father really wanted to be next to us. So it turned into a major issue where, okay, so now my dad wanted $1 million for his home. So what it turned into is, for them to make us happy, they had to give us $2 million. Well, we were at $1.6 million. That's kind of how then I asked my dad, it's like, okay, basically you got like 600 in your house. But I want $1 million. So for me to leave, I want $1 million. So my dad and I went back and forth. But the real challenge was my wife and I could never find a piece of property. Finally found a piece of property, 12 acres of property. And it was during the 9/11 fiasco of 2001. And it was November of 2001. And the minute they found a beautiful custom-built home over near Middleburg in Lincoln, Virginia. And the house was on the market forever. Here's the wife calling me. It doesn't end. Oh, the passwords. The wife's like, I can't remember my passcode. It doesn't end, everybody. But here's the thing. So to wrap up the house, my wife would not, I told this story many times, but my wife would not sign a contract to buy that house that I really liked. They wanted like $1.6 million, $1 million something for it. So I wrote up a deal for like $1 million or $1.2 million. And the real estate guy was pushing me to do a deal just to get others that are sitting the sidelines. So I'm not lying. Finally, I got my wife. It took forever. It took 2 weeks for my wife to finally sign a document. I told her, we're not committed to buying that house unless we sell our house. So there's a clause in the contract. We have to sell our house to buy the house. So if we don't sell our house, we're not committed. So finally she signed the document. We submitted the $1.2 million offer, and every and their brother jumped in. Every and their brother on the sidelines jumped in. And it turned into a bidding war. And I think the contractor, he should have paid me a commission. I should have called the guy and said, you owe me a commission. Why? Because you sat in this house for 2 years, nobody would buy it. Finally, I committed to buying it, and everything brother now is wanting the house, and you got the asking price for a house. Where's my freaking commission? Hey, real estate guy, where's my commission? I do so many favors for people, but do they pay me back? Hell no. All right, back to the pool. Now I feel better about the situation until I see another turtle on my property. If you watch my channel, I've been videoing in the creek, in the pond. Where did that guy go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? And I've been curious, I've really figured he went back in the pond, and he's hanging out on the other side of the property. So it's so funny, my wife has no clue that I'm gone. So this is how my life is. My wife has no clue that I'm off the property. And I didn't bring up the turtle. You know why? Because she'd probably go, no, you shouldn't have rehomed the turtle. I'm not lying to you. If you think I'm making this up, my wife would be like, oh no, you shouldn't have taken him away. You should just throw him back in the pond. Okay. So when one of the dogs is there screaming for bloody murder, and the damn turtle's has clamped down on his foot or leg, what's your suggestion, honey? Cut the dog's foot off, cut the dog's leg off, or chop the turtle's head off? I mean, this is my life, everybody. Welcome to Ice Age TV. No, it's really about welcome to the compound. Yeah, I'm sure people are like, man, if I ever had to live with that guy, it'd be brutal. Even his daughter ran away. Has anybody figured that out yet? I haven't heard that guy. So your daughter ran away. I mean, she didn't go through the formal process. It's so bad with the Iceman. You think I'm a nice guy? You think you can live in my life for easy and I'm not going to harass the shit out of you? Yeah. And the daughter, ask Joe. Ask Joe who wants to come personally visit me and talk about all his grievances for being with me for the last 12 years. Yeah. So, ask anybody who's my friend. Yeah, that guy's brutal. He's brutal. He comes across as a nice guy, but that guy, oh my God. This is good stuff. God bless. See you later.